Same guy from last night.
Give us a thumbs up. There you go. You got one going.
All right.
Can you bring it back down again and we'll start over? And we'll just talk. Okay. Put it all the way down.
That's it. Pinch it together. Pinch those.
That's the key. Pinch.
Right there.
There you go. Now, Mondo, do you want to play some music today with us? Will you play the drum with us today?
Probably just out of a
Tell me yes or no. Give me a thumbs up for yes if you want to play.
This is a bar of
Yes.
and Megan too. They have good videos.
Getting a little head shake. Awesome. Try to show me on your thumb too. Give me a
Yes.
big thumbs up for
Or
yes.
no. Yes?
Yeah. Awesome. I like that.
This
I
is
can
his
see it.
This is family involvement here. You're gonna love this.
All right. I'm just going to see what he does when you're playing a little bit here.
So his family's a band.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
She's doing everything for him. This isn't motor work. We're just trying to wake him up. You're having to hold him up. Straighten his posture. Again, even though we're using instruments, this is not Tim. Okay? Because that's motor work. We're working on the cognition right here.
Là, c'est pas la même technique que ici. Même si on reste aux instruments. Là, c'est vraiment les
Yes. Can you give me a smile?
Come on, Mando. I know when you broke the drums that one time on stage, Mando.
Oh, you dropped your drums? What are you penning, brother?
You dropped it first, and then you trying to bend over it like a bird playing. And you trying to let his belly hit
Ils essayent de le faire sourire un peu en lui racontant tu te rappelles quand t'as laissé tomber ton tambour sur la scène et tout, t'es en train d'essayer de le ramasser, il se moque un peu de lui et du coup, il rigole un peu.
Okay, so that's an example of musical sensory orientation training. Musical neglect training. This is an issue that comes up primarily in cerebral vascular accident, which is the name for, who knows? Stroke. Yes. So, oftentimes a person who has had a stroke will only recognize one side of the body. So, yeah.
Donc souvent, quand quelqu'un a un AVC, il reconnaît qu'un côté de son corps.
So I've literally seen patients who will only eat one half of their plate because they don't realize that the other half's there.
Il y a certains patients qui ne mangent que la moitié de leur assiette parce qu'ils ne se rendent pas compte dans l'autre moitié.
Okay. That can cause problems with things like posture. When they're sitting down in a chair, they might only sit on one side.
Donc ça peut poser des problèmes quand ils s'assoient par exemple sur une chaise et que s'assoient que d'un côté.
It can affect their walking. They're pretty much only using one side when they're bearing weight.
Voilà. Pareil avec la façon dont il marche. J'utilise qu'un côté pour porter le poids.
And so what we need to do to treat that is we need to engage the neglected side of the body, of the brain.
Donc, pour traiter ça, il faut faire participer le côté un peu négligé du
Yes. Okay, Jonathan was going to share an example. Yes.
Excuse me, is this just a problem of conscious of the other part of the body? I mean, it's not paralyzed?
It's not motor, no. It's just, yeah, cognitive.
C'est pas un problème moteur, c'est vraiment juste un problème cognitif.
Whatever you know.
So with, I'm actually right now, I'm interning at TIER with Amy and Megan, so I work with these type of patients and these type of techniques. And the music neglect training, I've actually recently just worked with a patient using different instruments because she suffered a stroke in her right side of her brain.
Donc là, il est interne, il fait un stage avec Megan à TIER Hospital et ils ont une patiente qui a eu un AVC dans son côté gauche. Et du coup, ils utilisent différents instruments.
So, and with music therapists also work with occupational therapists who try to help patients with activities of daily living, so like brushing teeth.
Donc les musicothérapeutes, ils travaillent aussi avec des thérapeutes de l'occupation, je ne sais pas si ça existe. Et aides-soignants, oui, qui les utilisent pour se brosser les dents et tout ça.
So one of the activities I've done was, because this person, she was trying to work on her left side, was that I put 3 different instruments out for her to play, so she could try to attend to what was going on the left side of her body.
Oui, donc elle c'était son côté gauche, que vous ne la voyez pas trop. Non, c'est un peu beau. Je vois, voilà, du coup il a mis 3 instruments à côté d'elle pour qu'elle puisse les utiliser si elle voulait.
And it's difficult because she has to attend first off to the left side of her body, but then she's got to pick up the instruments and play each of them individually.
Donc c'est difficile pour elle parce qu'elle doit prendre les instruments dans sa main et jouer avec eux chacun leur tour.
And so if she knows that there are 3 of them there, cognitively she understands there are 3. So if she's only playing the first 2, then she's not finished and she has to find that 3rd one.
Voilà. Donc elle sait qu'il y en a 3 et du coup il faut qu'elle joue les 3. Si elle joue que les 2 premiers, elle sait qu'il en manque un et elle doit chercher le truc.
And we don't have a xylophone in here, but if we did, another example might be to set her up right in the front with, or even on the right side, with a particular pattern and teach her that pattern. And then gradually do it on the strong side first. And once she learns the pattern, she's listening for certain tones to make sure she's getting it right. She's getting auditory feedback. And then we might gradually move it until she has to complete the pattern on the affected side.
Voilà. Donc aussi on peut faire ça avec un xylophone, lui apprendre un petit morceau qu'elle joue avec le côté qui va bien et puis décaler petit à petit le xylophone pour qu'elle puisse essayer de jouer avec le côté négligé, mais elle reconnaît à l'oreille si ça marche.
Okay. Let's go on. Auditory perception training, that's going to be similar to what we might do with people who have hearing impairments, where we're trying to maximize their ability to perceive and use auditory information.
Ça, c'est pour essayer d'optimiser la perception des sons.
Okay, so let's see, can I have a volunteer? Okay, so Allie's going to come up and really simple, quick example. Let's see, let's take She doesn't have to remember what these are, right? But this is this sound, okay? This is the sound. Okay? When you hear this sound, raise your hand, okay? When you hear this sound, nothing. Okay, so I'm just going to stand behind her. She can't see me. And I'm going to play. And I might have somebody else, make it more musical, more fun, somebody playing accompaniment. Okay, so she's discriminating, right? So that's auditory discrimination. Another thing I might do is, Allie, point to the bell. Okay, so that's a localization task. Those kinds of things are what we would work on with auditory perception. Thank you.
Ça, c'est le genre de travail pour savoir la différence entre deux instruments, discriminer l'un instrument d'un autre, et puis aussi localiser un instrument.
Okay, musical attention control training. We spend a lot of time on this one. There are, again, 4 levels of attention that we're dealing with, so those should look familiar to you. Sustained attention, I'm going to let you help me. What would be an example of something a music therapist could do to work on sustained attention?
Un exemple de ce qu'un musicothérapeute pourrait faire pour travailler sur l'attention continue. Est-ce que vous avez des exemples?
I have done instrument playing with a client before, where they had to focus on what they were playing for like 3 minutes straight, and so we constantly keep the music going without stopping, and
just to see if they can stay with you and keep playing for that length of time. So maybe gradually lengthening the amount of time that someone is asked to play in like an improvisation.
Par exemple, jouer avec un patient et essayer de jouer le plus longtemps possible, par exemple jusqu'à 3 minutes, pour voir s'il arrive à jouer autant de temps.
Right. So we would set the patient up. Jonathan suggested like a pentatonic scale or something where the client is set up where they can make melodies really successfully. Maybe we're playing blues, and we just see if they can improvise for a length of time.
With our client this semester, he really likes to draw, and so we did, whenever I would play piano and Aida was playing guitar, and whenever we switched instruments, we would just play, chord progressions, and whenever we switched instruments, he would have to switch colors.
Okay, and so he's playing, what's colored?
Just a coloring sheet. We brought coloring sheets, and whenever we switched instruments,
so
he had to, right.
Oui, par exemple, ce qu'il faisait, c'est qu'il avait un patient où il jouait lui du piano et le patient de la guitare, et quand il changeait d'instrument, parce que ce patient il aimait bien dessiner, et du coup il changeait de couleur, avec des papiers de couleur, c'est ça, à chaque fois qu'il changeait d'instrument, il devait changer.
Why is that sustained attention and not selective?
Pourquoi ça c'est soutenu et pas l'attention sélective?
Because he's just doing one task. Other than
he only has to think about what I'm doing right now. He's not having to fight against more than one stimulus.
Il a juste à se concentrer sur une seule tâche et il n'a pas d'autres stimulations extérieures à se concentrer.
All right. So at the point where we start to have to fight against more than one stimulus at the same time, or to choose a stimulus out of a selection, that's when we're dealing with selective attention.
Voilà, quand on a plusieurs stimulations extérieures, c'est quand c'est là que intervient l'attention sélective.
Okay, so let's see. I think I need 2 more volunteers. I think, and I will be the patient this time. You can be the therapist. Either of you play piano? A little bit? Maybe just like basic chords or something? Okay, why don't you go to the piano then? And if you can get to the piano. That's the trick. That's the test right there.